Dog ownership makes us fat. Yes, the truth is in the pattern, everybody, not in the details. The devil is in the details. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, I walk my dog all the time and that's why I'm healthy. Yeah, maybe here and there you're going to have some people that are healthy that own dogs, but let's look at overall in America. So the United States has a high obesity rate, 40.3% of adults. This can have significant health implications. Well, we just need to get them some more dogs, right? Oh, wait, what's this? We already got way too many dogs. Look at this. 68 million households owning at least one dog. Something like 80 million dogs is what we have in America that we know of. That's not counting the hoarding and the puppy mills and people popping out dog babies in their houses. So, yeah, we have a lot of dogs, and they're contributing to our obesity. And I'll show you guys how. So, first off, dogs themselves have a high obesity rate. Look at this, 60%. 60% of dogs classified as overweight or obese. This condition can lead to serious health problems. Yeah, no kidding. So why would I bring that up? Because look, spending time with your overweight friends influences your eating habits. So if you're hanging out with your dog, which is replacing human friends these days, people will get a dog instead of trying to solve their family problems. So yeah, we're surrounding ourselves with obese dogs. People that I know have really obese dogs, like chubby chub, double chin, big bouncing belly. They look like a freaking pig. But if you're hanging around an obese dog in your house, that's going to influence your eating behaviors subconsciously because you're around that fat mutt, and because you have to constantly give it treats because the damn thing has probably got insulin resistance, and you give it a treat and it needs another treat 5 seconds later. So yeah, hanging around fat dogs makes us fat. And so, what about stress eating? Does that contribute to obesity? Yes, it contributes to the consumption of high fat, high sugar foods. And it also causes chronic stress, increased hormone cortisol. Cortisol, interesting. We're going to talk about that here in a couple slides. I actually experienced this one myself. I opened a door in my house late in the morning. I was waiting to have a late breakfast. So I was hungry, and the freaking dogs were barking all over the neighborhood, barking all day. And all I wanted to do was close the window and go stuff some food in my face. You know, it's stress eating, and it causes cortisol. And so barking, as I mentioned in my little story, can cause, stress levels. So barking causes stress. Stress causes stress eating. Duh. As it says right here, loud environments like shelters can be stressful for the dogs. Well, it's also stressful for the people. So what's next? So constant noise itself can contribute to stress eating. But what is a dog? A dog is constant noise. Not just like bark, 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 but just running around, going over here. It's also creates noise because when you're in a dog owning house, everybody's always saying something to the dog. Get over here, get over there, get down, come get lovin's, come get cuddles, come get your food. Go potty, knock it off, leave it, like the people that have those hunting dogs have all the time, even though they don't hunt with them. So yeah, constant noise, guys. Listen, guys and girls, dogs are constant noise, whether it be to your ear or your eyes or just to your environment, and that can contribute to stress eating. Yeah. So, most dog owners, though, they'll say, well, it doesn't matter. I like it. It's okay. They just bark. It's just what they do. I love it when he runs around the house and knocks stuff over because the mailman knocked on the door. You know what I mean, guys? Dog owners will just sit there and act like it's all cool. And they'll be upset with you if you don't like barking. But that's because of this. Listen to this. People can become accustomed to noise. These people become accustomed to this constant stress. But look, they still experience stress from it. So they don't know. These people that are in apartments with 3 chihuahuas that bark all day, and then their neighbor's pit bull barks at that, and then the German shepherd down the way, he barks at them. They've just become accustomed to it. but they're still experiencing stress from it, whether they admit it or not. And so, I mean, look at this. Like we said before, hormones like the cortisol, like it says here, chronic exposure to noise has been linked to various health issues. Yeah, like overeating and other stuff. And I want to highlight this thing again. We're looking at stress hormones like cortisol. So, next slide, cortisol. So, again, the barking and the noise and the constant hullabaloo that dogs are causing when you're in an environment with them, it elevates your cortisol. And Americans already have this right here, elevated cortisol levels due to stress. So why would we put another stressor into the environment, a dog, when we're already having all of these issues? And again, here's our cortisol. Cortisol is synonymous with dog ownership overall, raising your appetite, raising your stress levels, making you emotionally unintelligent. Yeah. So, another thing about this, younger generations are the ones experiencing the high obesity rates compared to previous, especially Gen Z. So, well, then I guess we got to get them more dogs, right? So they quit stress eating and they quit having all this stress. But hang on a minute. The younger generations are the ones that own more dogs. Back in the day, we didn't own so many dogs. But look at this, the largest share of pet ownership. Rising as they enter adulthood, together these generations account for a significant portion of pet ownership. Well, dogs are the number one pets. And this has already been well studied, guys. Gen Z, millennials, and certain other groups, they just love owning dogs, and dogs are more of a friend or family to them than their actual, moms and dads and husbands and wives. Yet, as we looked at just a couple moments ago, these are the same. These are the same generations that are experiencing more stress eating and more obesity. So, dog ownership goes right along with stress eating and obesity. Now, let's have a little look at something else that happens when you own a dog. So, first, let's look back at the dog barking. Remember, we talked about that. Well, those are one of the most common issues reported by neighbors. There's a study done by the Nextdoor app or the website where that was like the top thing talked about in the forums is people being mad at their neighbors and disputes over dog barking. Yeah. So let's look at disputes, or as they're also called, arguments. Arguments can lead to stress eating. So the more we argue about these barking ass dogs, the more we're going to want to stress eat. It's just like me the other day. I just wanted to close my windows and go eat. They trigger emotional responses that may cause individuals to seek comfort in food. Yeah. Yep. So dogs themselves, just owning a dog. Look at this. A source of frequent arguments in households, often related to care responsibilities, training methods, and where pets are allowed in the home. There's several studies on this. Like a dog can cause so many thousand arguments in its lifetime. Yeah. And so you're being in an argument that causes stress, and then it's like, well, just you're gonna go eat or drink or get away from the stress caused by your dog. The studies are all there, people. You just have to put it together and realize how nasty owning a dog is. So there you go. All the links to this will be in the description. The presence of dogs leads to stress, it leads to noise, it leads to stress eating, and the data indicates this. All of these things that I've mentioned, the cortisol, the noise, the arguments, are synonymous with dog ownership. And the new generations, the Gen Z and the millennials, even the older people that have adopted dog ownership, that used to be skinny and healthy, and then they get a dog and they're fat. It all proves what I'm saying. So, see you guys later.